In this lesson, we will learn how to create visual texture through practicing a fun and visually exciting art activity where we aim to apply a different texture to each finger on a hand. This activity gets us to practice our application of line, tone, texture, shape, form and colour and pattern, which are more commonly known as the formal elements of art. Materials you will need for this lesson are a sheet of white paper, colouring pencils, a pencil, a razor and your hand to draw around. First, let's begin the lesson by looking at the definition of texture and learn the difference between surface texture and visual texture. Surface texture is defined by how something actually feels. For example, rough, smooth, bumpy or slimy can all be described as surface textures. Visual texture is an illusion of texture created using lines, shapes, colours and tones. A visual texture may look different to how it really feels. For example, this image of bricks looks rough, but the actual paper it's been drawn onto feels smooth to the touch. To begin the activity, lay your hand flat on the paper and draw around the perimeter using a pencil. In my demonstration, you will notice that I decided to show the palm lines of my hand for more visual interest. You may draw any visual texture you can imagine. Some examples of textures you could draw are brick, ropes, leaves, slime, really any texture that you can imagine. It is essential that when you draw your textures that your lines are strongly curved, as shown in my drawing here, to give the illusion of 3D fingers. When drawing leaves or foliage, be confident to overlap the shape to give depth. When it comes to colour rendering, the more care and time you put in, the better the final result. Start by lightly shading a base colour for each part of the hand, then gradually build up a range of different colours and tones to give a more realistic finish. If you look at the palm of your own hand closely, you will notice a wide variety of colours and tones. This can be achieved with colour pencil by colouring softly and building up the layers of what you see in front of you. If you only use one tone of colour, then your drawing will appear flat and very dull, so it's really important to always work with a variety of colour tones for the best effects. To finish the page, I used a small paintbrush and some black watercolour paint to make the title stand out.